So we just finished refracting your plastic, and your residual refractive error 0.
Awesome.
Lovely. Now let's see if you can read with that, because your vision was 2150, right, when you came, legal blindness.
Yes.
Go ahead, please. Can you see anything there?
Yes. ZCD, KSROH, CDZKV, RHCSZ, OZDVK, RHKSD, SVHCZ, KORDH, NVDOK,
Pushing you. Come on, don't have to.
ONRKOD.
Lovely. Straight right.
Yeah.
Love it, Maxine. Love it. So 0 refractive error. This is very important, Maxine, and I do these tests myself in your travel bag, because this allows me to confidently say, yes, I'm ready for your second eye.
Yes.
I've just finished your first eye. I'm measuring to see did I land properly in your case, right? So at 2020, perfect. Let me take a look at your eye now. Chin over there. Oh boy. Perfect. So as usual, no stitches. We do LenzOplastique based cataract surgery with a high toric lens in place. Looks excellent. How was your experience in the surgery for cataract?
It was great.
Yes.
It was definitely painless. I just laid there and relaxed and let you do your work.
Lovely, thank you. So I've imaged you. Actually, you're doing great. I'm ready for your second eye now.
Definitely.
Yes, yes.
Yes, definitely. I'm counting down the days.
I still need to come back. Tomorrow I'll plan on the weekend for all of you before I start on surgery again.
Well, and I just wanted to say, you know, it was unfortunate that I had so many physicians kind of turn me away and say that there really wasn't anything that they could do for me or my vision.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just take that as a huge blessing, because that actually led me to you, because you were the only person that actually didn't turn me away or say that there was nothing that you could do for me. And I just appreciate that so much. Like I say, I've been blessed for certain. So.
My pleasure, Maxine. It's my fight for all of you. All of you. Yes.
There was a couple questions that I have. I've had a few people private message me on a support group, Radial Keratotomy support group. And of course, since I've had such great success, they want to know what type of lens that I have. And I knew that I had a toric lens, but I wasn't certain about the light adjusted lens. And so I just had a question about that. And also too, the LaZrPlastique afterwards, I kind of have some questions, you know, how all that works and ties into the LenzOplastique that I've had.
Oh, sure, absolutely, sure. So, yeah, absolutely. You're asking a teacher. I'll surely give you all the answers. So here you are, first of all, your case. If you take a look, Maxine, here you are. You can already see this was your cataractus lens, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me how bad the cataract is. You get me? Because it's one more element that is damaging vision.
Yes.
And how do you know this? Most of the radial keratotomy, this forum is for radial keratotomy, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So for all RK patients to understand, you must have been at least 20 when you had your RK surgery. And that was done in the 80s, very rarely done after the 90s, because LASIK came on 94, 95, right? So most of you at this point should be in your 60s.
Yes.
You get me?
Getting close.
Absolutely. At least late 50s, which means your lens in the eye is already cloudy. And you've lost your reading vision, and you have difficulty at night, and you need light in the restaurant to read. Now, I'm calling it a cataract because everyone, according to me, over 56, 58 has a gray lens and gray hair. All right? So it doesn't matter how early your cataract is or how late it is, that is a factor that needs to be tackled, because every RK patient now, that's the surgery that should be done first. I'll tell you why. So when you came here, you had very irregular cornea, typical of RK, correct?
Yes.
I see. And you had the lens that was cloudy. And I decided to proceed there first, do my LenzOplastique based cataract surgery. What's LenzOplastique based? As you know, all these are specialties I've created for eye surgeons. These are not for patients.
Right.
Correct? Plastique is a series of artistic surgeries that I've been doing and encouraging surgeons to do for 3 decades, and teaching about this all over the world at national, international podiums. None of these words were for patient. That's why these words are so difficult for patients to pronounce.
Right.
So none of you fly to me for LaZrPlastique or LenzOplastique or Corneoplastique, correct?
Correct.
You all fly here for solutions of your complications. And these words are actually specialties I have created for doctors. If I had to advertise, which we don't, I would have called it Super LASIK, Super Cataract, and Super Cornea.
Right.
I don't. We are too blessed with patients. I'm doing all this to encourage doctors to go up to the next level of artistic surgeries and refractive surgery. So no one here flies for LaZrPlastique, LenzOplastique, Corneoplastique. There's no advertising for that. So LaZrPlastique is also my desire to have taken LASIK to a level of safety and outcomes. So I was among the first to do LASIK, invented LASIK instruments. Way back when LASIK was just getting approved, I was already an authority fixing complications of LASIK for the whole world, and designed my instruments. But I always thought, even though my results were so good in all my LASIK cases, that why can't I make it more unique in that I don't cut the cornea? And somehow I became the guy for second opinions and complication corrections and started seeing RK, irregular corneas, corneal scars. So that's when I developed a technique where without cutting or chopping, I could laser your cornea and get the anatomy, optics, and vision at one shot, based on the optical principles of anterior to posterior scarring and the artistic surgical principles that artistry on the cornea, no matter how broken, doesn't need a transplant. And you can get away with vision, actual vision, refractive surgery. And that's what led me into this concept of becoming the authority on radial keratotomy, because you'll have scars, cuts, irregularities, and vision errors, right? So with you, since all of you are in your late 50s, I always like to go for the lens first, because that's a cataract surgery you will always need.
Right.
Anything done on your RK cornea before that adds more to my trouble, because the RK cornea already is difficult to measure.
Right.
So nobody knows what lens can go in. At the same time, it fluctuates. Now, if you add a surgery on that, a LASIK or a PRK or a topo-guided laser, anything else, in fact, temporarily, some of these patients are happy with their outcomes, because every RK cornea and eye has a refractive error with it, which gets corrected inadvertently. But their end goal of a proper cataract surgery for vision for the rest of their life gets more difficult, because now you have gone further away from an already difficult measurement. So when these patients come to me having had corneal surgeries with doctors who are advertising these things, when they come to me, it's more difficult for me now to measure the lens and power.
Even more compromised, I'm sure.
And compromised, you're absolutely correct. So the first surgery that every RK patient today, in today's 2025 year, needs is a lens-based surgery. That's your final surgery. So nothing should jeopardize that anymore. Very rarely do you have to have laser surgery first, which I do in cases of extreme scars that you've seen me do, LaZrPlastique. Or patients who've had wrong cataract surgery when they fly here, I don't remove their surgeon's lenses and damage that. I work on the cornea with my LaZrPlastique and I make the optics match of the camera. Got it? So those are the cases where I do lasers on the cornea. Now, so LaZrPlastique is, you had asked me, it's not a PRK surgery. PRK surgery is known to have severe pain, regression, haze. As I developed this technique over decades, 3 decades now, pioneering it, I realized it's completely different based on my algorithm, based on how I'm doing it. No alcohol, things like that. And that got me really excited. So I've been talking about it. Now, publishing these things always takes long, because anything revolutionary takes long for peer-reviewed publication. But it's not of my primary interest. I'm not luring anyone. We don't advertise. So for me, the only interest is constantly leaving a legacy behind for other doctors. All these videos right now, you're asking me, I always have time. Impromptu questions, right? So LaZrPlastique was that, gives me that pleasure. Just today morning, so many of your RK patients flew back. 5 or 6 of them were patients who flew for second stage.
Sure.
They've had LenzOplastique. Now I had them fly back from all over the world. We did their LaZrPlastique. They flew back home with vision. And some were the ones I fixed with LaZrPlastique. They had bad cataract surgery elsewhere. Correct? So that's LaZrPlastique. Now, the lens I use for you. I have access to all the lens technology, especially with my international privileges. I can call for things too. But the lens I have found to give me the maximum outcomes in cases like yours are lenses that have astigmatism in it, called toric lenses. Toric lenses are actually difficult to do in your case. Why? Not only does it have to be accurate in the power, which is already a problem in RK people because they are not measurable. It also has to be accurate in the axis. One mistake in aligning it and you'll see double, triple. So you have to have tremendous confidence, experience to do that for the patient's best vision outcome. And I have used it based on corneoplastic principles of optics, where I make that astigmatism cancel the scars and the cuts on the RK cornea. That's why patients of ours who I have fixed with even more than 30 cuts, 40 cuts, all these patients, if you see these, see the cuts, look at this. These are patients who are seeing 20/25, 20/30 without glasses.
Yes.
Look at that. And if you look at the cornea, you'll go, oh my God, this is horrible. It is. But the fact that you can fool the brain to see through it is the concept that goes into these cases, right? See this case too, I just recently did. This is 30 cuts. And again, if you see, all this is possible if you want to work hard enough to make these people see. This is the patient with 36 cuts, actually. Somebody, I think, is Amy, yes. So this is the principle of how to do cataract surgery artistically. Now see what I did in you. And the beauty is I get to see all when you'll come here, measure it all between the two eyes to say yes to you. Now, also, since y'all are watching, these are your friends or patients who are watching, right? I don't guarantee any of my RK patients' vision. None of them. Remember again, I do not advertise. We do not need patients. I'm just too blessed. But I'm committed to helping them. Absolutely. So we don't guarantee vision. They signed 14 pages of consent saying they can go blind, they may go blind, they should go blind, they could go blind. Yes or no?
Right, exactly.
I see them for the second eye. I again repeat the same thing. That yes, I have done and I have brought you to vision, but I cannot guarantee the second eye too, because they're all uniquely hand cut, not by a laser or a computer, so that's equal. Each doctor has its unique way of doing RK. Hand cut. Some are deep, some are shallow, crisscross, scarred. Sometimes 4 cuts are more dangerous than 40 cut RK. You understand that, Maxine?
Yes.
Scars and cuts are worse sometimes than a properly cut 40 cut RK. So patients need to understand this. What I did for you, Maxine. So if you notice, today when I dilate you, I get to actually see how the toric lens is sitting. The lens has dots on it, right? See the dots here. I'll show you with the magnifier. You see that? See these dots?
Yes.
See these dots?
Yes.
Right? So that axis is 81 degrees. Now what was my plan with you? Look at the axis. What's the axis, Maxine?
81 degrees.
Exactly.
Right on it.
81 degrees. 81 degrees. So I get to check my own work. Now if I don't do this, even with all my success, I'm being arrogant. I'm being even negligent. Because if this rotates in your eye, what's the point of me checking how you're doing and everything? Because I know inside there's something wrong. So this is all I need, everything I need to be confident to go to your second eye, even with all my track record of success. That's how tight I want things. So by putting a toric lens in your eye, I countered your wrong cuts, irregular cuts. Was exactly on axis, even with such a difficult surgery. And if you remember, when I do your cataract surgeries, you're just numbing drops. You're not taking any injections, IVs. You're not stitches. And how was your experience with that?
It was great.
In our surgical suite.
It was painless.
So the experience is also important. So the cataract surgery is done with very high confidence that you know what you're doing. And remember, please, again, no nonsense, no schmoozing, no hyping anything. That's why I don't even discuss lenses. How can a poor patient select the lens among 81 choices in the world when the surgeons are still confused? How do I know that? I teach all over the world. Our colleagues are still debating about what lens to use. Nothing wrong with that, it just takes time. How do you expect a poor patient to pick a lens and then blame them for the bad outcome? That brings you to the light adjustable lens. So light adjustable lens is a wonderful technology. It's come out. But again, see my logic. If you are confident of being accurate, why will you want adjustability?
Exactly.
Why would a tailor not be perfect before cutting the suit and stitching it to perfection rather than stitching it and then giving you 4 alterations, or what we call locking in and trying to make you perfect? And then they are told to live with it, because I'm seeing those patients coming here distraught, disappointed, angry. They've had the light adjustable lens. They've been told, they've been 3 times, 4 times locked in. Now nothing can be done. First of all, no, you can still be helped because I can do LaZrPlastique on that. But 2, it's not that the lens was bad. In most cases, not needed. If the doctor has experience and accuracy, you don't need adjustability. So nothing wrong with it. But just think about this, how you'll fall for these advertising. Why would you want adjustable when accurate is available? And accuracy requires a lot of hard work. I don't have to, but I'll be here 6 hours this weekend. Today's Friday, right? All patients flew off, fly back Friday. And my own Mona Lisas are coming back for their second eyes. But I'll be here on weekend planning for them before I take them to surgery next week. So it's intense. It is not easy. Surgery itself, imagine I have to look through these 20, 30, 40 cuts. And what I do for doctors all the time, I tell them is, show me your patients. So when I teach eye surgeons, even recently we did the course in LA, teaching about these things, I always tell them, patients will teach you. Ask your patients how you did. You cannot sit and brag and say, I did the best, or I'm the first in so-and-so city, state, or here's the technology that's amazing. No, just show the patient. Show the surgery live. That's why, as you all can see, for decades, I've been putting every patient's journey on video. Again, no hype, no need for advertising, no marketing, no nonsense. It's real stuff. I want you all to see what I go through so your doctors can be inspired. I have to look through these cuts. Can you see that? I have to look through this and do your cataract surgery and then confidently put in a lens on the right axis with the right power and come out without a stitch and make you feel comfortable. That's because I just love you all. I don't have to do these things. Am I right, Matthew?
Yes, definitely.
So does that answer your question?
It does.
So light adjustable lens, great technology, but not really needed, but it's mostly being used by doctors who don't have the experience to land with accuracy. And here's the other fallacy with this lens and problems. Your problem isn't just inside your eye. So sometimes doctors keep exchanging lenses. You must have heard of that then.
Yes.
Well, you're exchanging and exchanging, but you're forgetting the bigger problem is the cornea. You're forgetting the main problem is the cornea. So you keep on exchanging the lens and the cornea is still broken, RK, irregular. Patients are frustrated and they come here and I have to fix it. So think again. It's not just the lens. Therefore, I don't even discuss the lenses with patients. Right? Did anyone here give you a brochure?
No.
So there are 81 lens plus choices as we are talking. Just yesterday again I heard another new lens. I was in London teaching a month ago. Another new lens is coming in. But patients, please let your doctors decide that. You should not be forced to look at a menu card of platinum, gold or garbage. What do you want? No. Just say, doctor, I trust you. You decide. But be responsible after that. Don't leave me alone. Doctor, please fight for me. So that's the concept I go with, right? So lenses, all are good, but which to use in which case, especially RK, requires a lot of experience, track record, knowing what works, and then the brain has to work with both eyes. Even now, I've said yes to her for her second eye. She's traveled back, right? But even now, I'm letting you know, and it's on camera. There's no guarantee what you'll see in the second eye. I'm just going to do my best. And I'm blessed with these results that my patients keep writing about me. I don't need it. I'm just here to influence and impact my colleagues and the industry that these patients need help. Cannot just do one or two things and not be holistic. Remember, so for RK patients, the doctors who touch you all I want them to be knowledgeable in the entire spectrum, from the tear film or dry eyes to the cornea, being able to do LaZrPlastique, Corneoplastique. What is all that? Shaping the cornea with lasers, accurately correcting irregularity, even doing lamellar grafts if needed for corneas that are totally broken, even transplant if needed. All that talent is needed. And then on the eye, be able to do a perfect cataract surgery, LenzOplastique principles, the artistry, because think of it. If someone does your cataract surgery and puts in stitches or distorts your eye after that, it's over. That was your only option or chance. It's gone. So all these things I'm seeing because these patients are flying here. They're frustrated that they fell for an advertising or some doctors saying they're the best or specialists. Very simple. Ask to see their surgeries. So simple. And if doctors are confused, like you said, some doctors, you said someone was asking PRK, it's very simple. Attend my lectures. I'm talking about this. I'm teaching this. It'll take time for these things to come out and peer reviewed because real work takes time. When people said the earth is not flat, it took a long time for that to be accepted. LASIK took decades to get accepted. So understand this. These are vital things. Look for real surgeries, real patients. Are these patients real? Can they be traced? Is this advertising? Is this schmoozing? Is it marketing going on? Find out. That's your basic due diligence. Don't fall for these things. Some doctors going, here, this lens or this lens, and they start videos. Find out who the doctors are. Find out what the authority is. So as far as patients are concerned, this is a great time for you. You can research, you can Google, you can use AI, you can investigate, you can track people backwards. Make sure your doctors are holistically trained before they touch your RKI. Otherwise, if they do something to your cornea, now you're stuck. One, you don't know what to do. Second, you don't know where to go. Three, you have been now more challenged, even for coming to someone like me who can fix you. So be due diligent. Nothing should touch your eye after your RK. Just stay there and I can help you. And doctors are always welcome here. I mean, you've seen how many doctors do you see here all the time? Observing, we're teaching, our videos on YouTube, raw. None of these patients have Starbucks card. None of them have a teleprompter. They're just talking on video. And it's important. In my over 3 decades, I want to leave a legacy that every doctor gets inspired. And it's so easy for you to spot if someone's just fooling around, someone's real. You know, I'm human, please. Please, I'm human. I could make my first mistake. Thank God I haven't. But I could. I'm just human. So it's important for doctors to understand, patients to understand. But do you understand this, Maxine?
Yes.
You understood the lens, you understood light adjustable lens, you understood even if you have had a bad outcome of cataract surgery or lens, I can still fix you. And even if you have had a fallen for some corneal procedure or some hype, I can still fix it. But don't do wrong things, right? Your other question was what you said? Your lens, light adjustable, PRK, LenzOplastique. And all these things, doctors, that I teach, if you notice, I'll say something even more unique to you. Majority of our videos are not even for patients. Have you noticed that?
Right.
In every video, I'm encouraging my colleagues, hey, you can do this, you can do this. So LaZrPlastique, LenzOplastique, Corneoplastique is not for patients. That's not why even one patient has flown to me. We are not advertising that. That's not a word I want patients to even pronounce.
Right.
And it's impossible to market it. So I came up with these words as a specialty for eye surgeons. When you come here, I look at each one of y'all, how many issues are going on? How can I correctly move and in the right GPS? You cannot be wrong sequence, going back and forth, dead ends. So I hope that helps, Maxine. You asked a teacher for a question, you got a lecture.
Yes, I appreciate it so much. And I also appreciate the fact that you were very upfront and said, hey, I'm not a magician, but I'm going to do my very best.
Yes, Maxine.
And that right there was all I needed.
Yes, Maxine, because I am my biggest, not critic, I would say, but someone who holds myself very strictly to every level of, what do you call it? Accountability.
Yeah.
Because I repeated this, maybe I'm saying this again, I don't need to do this. I mean, I could just move on tomorrow, go to the Congo Basin. Doesn't matter where I live to. 90+% of our patients fly from all over the world. I could move to Beverly Hills tomorrow, New York, Milan, it doesn't matter. It'll be easier for my patients because your flights will be easier. But really, patients of RK, I have said this in writing over 20 years ago. I said this, RK patients are the most intelligent patients because you've already been through the process once. And you were so type A, most of you are type A because you did it without computers. Can you believe this? And your doctors, please, they did nothing wrong. I refuse to do a RK. I have never done RK. Dr. Slava Fyodorov, late Dr. Fyodorov, he's come to my house when, we're talking 95, 96. But I said, I'll never do RK. He invented RK, by the way. I have his first blade of RK in my museum here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I never agreed with the anatomy, cutting vertical in a horizontal cornea anatomy. That's why I adapted LASIK very fast in the world, because it was horizontal. But then I decided, why cut? That's how LaZrPlastique started. So LaZrPlastique, where there's no pain. I keep asking patients, no pain, no regression, no scarring. And I can do complications of PRK, LASIK, PTK, topo-guided surgeries, and cataract. You can correct all that with LaZrPlastique. So that's what excites me about the procedure. But again, this is not for advertising. No one comes here for that. I've answered your question.
Yes, and thank you so much once again.
Maxine?
I appreciate you. For certain.
Go and have fun, because after surgery again I want you flat.
Yes.
Ready for your second
I'm
time?
all I can. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, dear. Absolute pleasure. Thank you.